What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's Black Series Talk Show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today, Hasbro needs to fix this.
Yes, today we're gonna make a video that I'm surprised we hadn't made before, but now I just feel like there's enough examples of this issue to where I'm like, let's do an episode to figure it out about it.
Definitely, and what we are discussing is going to be about the plastic-free packaging, mainly the box art.
Yeah, the fact that they utilize renders, and we even get a little bit of false advertising as a result of them using renders.
So we are just going to kind of discuss our thoughts on this subject, also show you some examples of this actually happening already. But before we jump into that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Justin, I remember when plastic-free packaging was first revealed and we got sort of like mock-ups of what the packaging would look like. Even back then, we said they should not use CG renders because more oftentimes than not, they are completely inaccurate to the figure that is released.
Right. Yeah, this video isn't so much like are we for or against PFP? You know by now you've either swallowed that pill or you've got out of the game. So this isn't like whether or not we're fans of plastic-free packaging. Like, you're either going to continue to buy them or you're going to stop because they're here to stay on the 6-inch lines. But it was this Amazon 3-pack that kind of, I was like, you know, there is quite a few examples of this happening. So I'm like, let's do a video. First, I wanted to talk about just the fact that they use renders. Now, there's a few issues with this. They are already taking away the window. So now it's like, you can't even see the actual figure. I feel like at the very least, they should be using a photo of the real deal if you're going to take away the window.
Yeah, because like we've already started to see, there are figures that are pinless on the CG render, but then the actual figure itself has pins.
Yeah.
And this is something that is a major issue in our opinion. It's pretty much false advertising.
Yeah, because it's like plastic-free packaging is among us. And there's some like Marvel Legends examples, because they're a couple waves ahead of Black Series as far as plastic-free packaging being enacted onto the line. So it's like you have these collectors that have said like, I'm going to see how it pans out and then I'm going to decide. So it's not looking good right off the bat if you're using renders. I know they probably make the boxes before the figures or whatever. I don't care. Whatever their reasoning for it is, we shouldn't have to make excuses for this because I think it is rather inexcusable. I just think you should be using an image of the real product. And I mean, mint on card collecting is like pretty much dead now anyway for Black Series, but even like the small amount of people that we're gonna keep on going, it's like now you don't even get a photo of the figure. Also, when it's like a human character, doesn't look good. So I think they're also going to miss out on like casual sales. Point in case, the Marvel Legends Ned and Peter Parker 2-pack. My girlfriend, she's a casual collector. She does enjoy like the newer Tom Holland Spider-Man stuff. And she found that pack, but she was like, this looks weird. Like, why do the faces look weird? I'm like, well, it's like a digital render. And it is true. Like, the digital render faces don't look good. So here we have a casual shopper deciding to not pick up a figure because they can't see what's inside, and specifically they can't even see like a picture of what the figures look like.
Yeah, and it's hard to imagine that they don't have some sort of sample of the real figure lying around. I mean, of course, we don't know exactly how it works, but I would imagine you get a sample before, you know, the whole mass order goes out. So I feel like they could definitely wait a little bit, get a nice toy photography shot of the real figure so that we, at the very least, know what we're getting. Because while some of these inaccuracies are kind of minor grievances, I think they're still important enough that they should be discussed.
Yeah. And it's like, why can't they just use one of the official, like, glam shots when they promote the figure? That's why I think the boxes are made before, and they're probably like, well, the concept might be different from the final product. But as we're seeing, it's like these renders are differing from the final product as well. So I guess we'll get into our second part of the video, which is the fact that these renders are inaccurate to the final product.
Right.
With a few examples. It's more so Marvel Legends than Black Series, but there are a couple Black Series examples. So, like the Luke Skywalker from The Mandalorian. I have some obnoxious red circle photos that I made just for you guys. You can see, like, the cloak is clasped on the render, but the actual figure, it's just more of your traditional, like, open robe Jedi. I feel like that's kind of a big deal.
It definitely is, because it takes the figure into a different look. In The Mandalorian, the cape is clasped.
Yeah.
So it's already right out of the gate an inaccurate figure.
And he's like a mysterious hooded clasp. Yeah. Like, I feel like that is part of the scene.
And then with that in mind, because the cloak is black, it's also not accurate to Return of the Jedi either. So it's just kind of this weird version of Luke that technically doesn't exist if you want to have the robe displayed on, because it's not clasped like it is on the promo art and like it is in the show.
Mm-hmm. And then there's also an example with the upcoming Amazon 3-pack.
Yep.
Where Ahsoka's cloak is like a super dark, like almost brown.
Yeah, it looks really dark on the packaging. It might be the weird moody lighting that they're using.
There is some like moody lighting on here as well.
But still, it's enough to want to point it out, though. But thankfully, in this case, the actual figure itself is sporting a lighter cloak, which is more accurate to the show. But still, the packaging, you know, what if someone was like, oh, I don't want to buy this 3-pack because the cloak Ahsoka has is the wrong color.
Right. And I understand, like, well, why don't you just look at the official shots? You shouldn't have to. Like, hardcore, passionate collectors, we're going to be looking at the shots and we're going to know what the figure looks like at the end of the day. But a lot of collectors out there enjoy the packaging in ways that we don't, because we're openers.
Yep.
We're really trying to look at the community as a whole, take into account everyone's grievances, because for me, I'm just going to be throwing this stuff away anyway. But I still think it kind of just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
And especially with these Marvel Legends examples, I think these are a little worse. So we have the Marvel Legends Gore figure, and on the digital render on the box, there is a beautiful, beautiful double jointed pinless look for both arms and legs.
Yes.
And the promo shots come out of the actual figure, and it has those ugly joints, the visible double jointed, peg holes.
This might be something minor for parts of the community, but I know I'm personally a huge fan of pinless.
Yes.
I love pinless. If it's a single elbow, if it's a double elbow, it doesn't matter. If it's got no pin in it, I just think it takes that figure to the next level. So to see the box and be like, oh man, pinless Gore, and he's, kind of like a creature, monster looking character, and it just looks so smooth on the cover. But then the figure, it's like almost registers like looking at the Huttslayer Leia figure, where you're just like, I didn't want to see these pins.
Right. You may have pre-ordered this figure seeing those, just the double jointed pinless look. I hope you would eventually find out that it has pins and make your decision there, but I do consider that false advertising. Like, that's if you're gonna take away the window, you gotta see what you're getting on that box. At the very least, you have to see the real figure. Because even if you are an opener, I know a lot of Black Series collectors like to also keep the box and display the box, especially with the cool mural that they do. I feel like that sort of takes away, like the Luke with the clasped cloak, I feel like that sort of takes away from, the people who keep and display the box as well.
Right.
And then there is Stealth Suit Spider-Man that... This one honestly kind of just pisses me off.
Yeah.
On the render, the pins of the double jointed legs, the knees, are painted black on the render, but on the actual figure, the inside of the leg, they are white. So it's like that classic Hasbro Spider-Man where the pins, mismatch. That hurts because other Spider-Man figures have the uniform pins.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I thought we were past this.
Right.
And it's honestly I actually have the figure. And I didn't notice that the box had the blacked out pins because, like you said, we are openers. So the plastic-free packaging for me just goes straight in the garbage. Or straight in the recycling bin, I should say.
Fair enough.
Straight into the recycling bin. So I didn't really even look that closely at the package. But yeah, with the white pins on the inside, it's a classic Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man issue, which I thought was over. I thought we fixed it. We've gotten tons of Spider-Man figures that have matching pins. Spider-Man has also gone pinless these days, so we don't even have to deal with that. So for this figure to come out, it just kind of makes it inaccurate, like you said, but also dates the figure because you kind of know it's older, because that's the telltale sign these days of if it's like an old body or if it's a reused part. It's like if it has pins, that's like one of the best ways to tell if something's old.
I just think by definition that is false advertising, because they're like, when you're changing something the way the promo of the product is presented, but the actual product itself is worse than that, and you're just like doing little things to make it look better, like that's kind of scummy to me.
Yeah.
I know it's just like minor things, but again, with plastic-free packaging, so many people have been like, nope, I'm done. A lot of people have been like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but I'm going to keep collecting. But I do know there's a huge group of people out there who have said, like, I'm going to see how this plays out. And it's just not looking good so far. So I think this is something that Hasbro, you guys definitely need to fix this. I would just recommend putting in the extra effort into taking actual shots of the figure and putting real life images of the product on the box, not renders. The fact that they're renders just makes no sense to me whatsoever.
And sort of on a final note, I just want to say that, there's nothing wrong with them revealing figures with renders as just like a way to say, hey, this is coming.
That's true.
But usually when they do that, then they show us the real figure. Then we get to see the packaging. Then we get the figure. So I just wanted to say that the idea of renders, not a bad idea.
Yeah, they weren't an issue before because you had the plastic window
to
where you can see the figure. Kind of like that deluxe Boba Fett and how the helmet was pinched and everything.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I know it's not the biggest deal in the world, but I still would straight up call this false advertising. I know there's more examples, but those are the ones we kind of thought of off the top of our head, with the Luke, the Ahsoka, the Stealth Suit Spider-Man, and the Gore. I know there's a Scarlet Witch where the render has red hair, but the actual figure has brown hair.
Great.
If you're gonna take away our ability to see the actual product, you should at least put a picture of the actual product on the box.
Yeah, it's such a simple and easy fix. I really feel like there's no reason this couldn't be done. Of course, as always, we're not privy to the industry. We don't know for sure, but it just seems like it wouldn't be that hard to have a sample version of the figure to take a nice promo shot for the box.
Yeah.
So Hasbro, you definitely need to fix this because like Justin said, if you're going to take away the window, you have to show us what we are really getting in the box. And that's all we've got for you this week on Figure It Out. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. If you would like to support us in a more direct manner, we do also have a channel membership for 99 cents a month. You get a custom Clone Trooper name badge that changes based on how long you are a member. And you also get some custom emojis that you can use on our videos and in our live streams, which are every single Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Join us this week because it's going to be an absolute banger. Not only are we going to be discussing the holiday figures that have been officially revealed.
Finally.
We're going to also be discussing everything PulseCon. We may or may not have some exciting special guests joining us.
Yeah, it's going to be another one of those open mic. I'm going to send out the invites to our buddies and see who joins. That's going to be an extravaganza, and it's going to be a huge stream going over all of those Black Series PulseCon reveals. Who knows what we're going to get.
I'm sure we'll also discuss anything else, like Selfie Series potentially is going to be officially revealed this weekend. Right. So join us on Sunday at 1 p.m. You're not going to want to miss it. We also do have a Discord. Justin,
join that Discord.
Justin loves his Discord.
I do love my Discord.
It's fun, although I log in literally once in a blue moon. But when I do, it's fun.
This guy.
We also have merch. Links for everything, as always, are in the bio. Click that link tree. Check it out. Very convenient way to find all the different ways that you can support us and check out all the different aspects of our community. You know, we're also on Instagram and Twitter, all that good stuff.
True.
Before we go, we got to give a special thank you and shout out to our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated.
Yes.
And also thank you to everyone else out there for simply watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing our videos with all of your Star Wars loving friends. I'm Nate, join with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.